Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Let's Investigate. My name is Victor Haskins, and in this episode we'll be talking about basic chord types, triads. Alright, let's jump right in. So, in our first episode on hearing and harmony, which aired last week, we talked about intervals. So if you're not familiar with what an interval is in relation to music, you should go back and check that out, as well as use some of the exercises and resources that I linked to in that episode. In this episode, we're going to use those intervals and construct chords, specifically triads. The prefix of triad is tri, meaning three. So they're three-note chords that we're learning. There are 5 basic triads that we should become familiar with. Those 5 triads are major, minor, diminished, augmented, and suspended. Let's talk about how to construct them now. Our first triad, and I'm playing all of these in the key of concert C, so they're all based on C concert pitch. So I say concert pitch because if you are playing a transposing instrument, like maybe you play the cornet like I do, then you'll need to transpose to whatever key is correct for your instrument. Our first triad is major. This is constructed from a major third interval, so we start with C, then we go up a major third to E, and then we go up a minor third from the E to G, so a minor third from E to G. So it's a major third interval with a minor third interval stacked on top. C to E, E to G, C, E, G. And what I would do as I'm explaining these to you is I would sing what I'm playing on that side of the camera. That way you can really get the sound of what this chord sounds like. And it's really important that you know what these chords sound like, how they sound, and be able to hear them. That is, imagine the sound in your imagination, to generate the sound in your imagination. That's important. So as I'm doing this, sing along these intervals, sing these intervals, okay? Our next triad is minor, okay? So C minor triad. So we have a minor third interval, so C, a minor third interval up to E flat, and then a major third interval on top of that, so E flat to G again. So we have C to E flat, it's a minor third interval, and then E flat to G is a major third interval. So together, C, C minor triad. Our next triad is C diminished, or diminished rather. We're going to do it based on C. So we have a minor third interval from C to E flat, and then another minor third interval from E flat to F sharp. So a minor third with a minor third on top, which sounds like this. For an augmented triad, we have a major third interval, so from C to E, C to E natural, major third, with another major third interval on top, so E to G sharp. Major third, together. C, E, G sharp. That's our augmented triad. And for our suspended triad, we have a interval of a fourth, a perfect fourth from C to F, and then a major second interval from F to G. So that's a perfect fourth, C to F, and then a major second F to G, and together we have a suspended triad. C, F, G. Okay, so now we've talked about what the triads are. I want to introduce to you a fun way to practice these things. Now, I know we previously did an episode or a series on using a metronome to practice written music. I will be adding to that set of lessons by talking about how to practice techniques, harmonic and rhythmic, with the metronome, because that's kind of a different process, although very similar to dealing with written music. But when we're talking about dealing with things like harmony, we want to not just understand the concept, but we also want to be able to apply it in real time, because most of the time for thinking about these kinds of ideas, we're thinking about composition, we're thinking about writing music, we're thinking about, or composition meaning spontaneous composition, also known as improvisation, or sitting down and writing music. So we want to be able to apply these things and not just for them to be abstract concepts. We want them to actually be practical and applicable to everyday situations. So, an exercise that was taught to me by the great John Dirth, wonderful trumpet player, is a way to make this triad practice kind of tuneful and make it fun, so you're not just slogging through exercises, right? Because we eventually are going to use these kinds of these triads in our own performances and improvisations. So we're going to play those triads: major, major, minor, diminished, augmented, and suspended, and we're going to do them with a particular rhythm. I'm going to put this metronome on about 80. Really, you should put it on whatever is slow enough for you to execute the exercise effectively and with ease. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to put it on 80. And I'm going to play with the prescribed rhythm to deal with this exercise, all 5 triads. So here we go. I'm going to go 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, so what did I do there? I'm playing this quarter and 2/8 rhythm in order to deal with each of the triads. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1 and 2 and 3 and Okay, so we're adding the octave on the suspended triad. That's the octave C, and then coming back down the triad, G, F, C, F, G, C. Okay? And so we're playing this to make it sort of like a little tune. And why are we going to do that? Well, it's going to be easy for us to hear those triads juxtaposed against one another, so we can tell the difference between each of their qualities, right? The quality being what kind of triad it is. And what we also want to do when we practice harmonic exercises is to play them in all 12 keys, right? There are 12 notes in Western music. So we have 12 different key centers upon which to base each of these triads. So we should, in order to equally practice and become comfortable with all of these different triads in each different key, we need to play them in all different keys. There is no such thing as a hard key or an easy key. There are only less familiar keys and more familiar keys. And I suggest you become really good friends with all the keys, because no key is better than another, and all the pitches and chords and everything is interrelated. So being really good at C major and F major isn't better than being good at F sharp major and C sharp major. You should be equally well versed in all of those keys, as well as the other 8 remaining keys. So we'll use this exercise format where we're playing this idea. We're going to use that, and we're going to play, after you get that mastered in that key, I want you to play it around the circle of fourths, okay? And so we'll start on C major, and then after we play that last pattern, we go up a fourth and start the whole pattern over again. So now we have F major triad, F minor triad, F diminished, F augmented, F suspended. So if we do that, we can go around the whole circle of fourths and do it in time, so that way we get through all of the keys and it's kind of fun. I'll do that one time with the metronome. I'll go through a few keys. I'll go through a key of C, F, and B flat, and I'll leave the rest of the keys for you to do in your own practice. But remember, you want to make sure the sound is right, right? Don't start playing the wrong sound in different keys. You want to make sure you're playing the same sound in every key that you're dealing with. So here it is in 3 different keys, continuously. And F. B flat. And so on and so forth until you get through all 12 keys. So that's a good way to learn these 5 basic triad types. So spend as long as you need to and take as long as it takes to solidify your understanding of those different sounds. Because if you really get those sounds in your ear, it's going to help you as you move forward in building your harmonic vocabulary, because there are a variety of other chords that are based on these building blocks. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have comments or questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and follow, and share with people who you might find who might find this useful and interesting. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.